guys, I'm Justin, and this is my wife Crystal, and this is oursleepguide.com, and we're going to do a Casper review today. Casper is one of the mattresses that's been around a little bit longer for these online beds. They came out in 2014, and they've really blazed a path for themselves and kind of asserted themselves as one of the top mattresses for online bedding. And today what we're going to do is we're going to do a comprehensive, extensive review of this mattress so you can try to have a more informed and educated decision about maybe purchasing a Casper or potentially looking for something else. So what we're going to start to do right now is unboxing. Alright guys, now we're going to look at the materials in the Casper mattress. For starters, it is going to have a nice woven cover. It's white. I think it looks very sleek, and it's very nice to the touch. It's a thicker material. It's soft. I do feel that that's very important where you're going to have that extra thickness and resiliency, so it bounces back quite quickly. It's a good stretch material, and you can really feel the durability to this. Your side panel is going to be a gray side panel. It uses a little bit different material, maybe a little bit rougher, which is good. It's going to hold up a little bit better around the edges. I definitely like the cover of this bed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the most important thing, the internal workings of this mattress. We're going to look at the layers of foam. The great thing about this mattress is it does have a removable cover. So there's actually a zipper beneath this, and if you get in here, you can unzip this cover. So if you needed to, you could actually you could actually take it off and you could wash it. If you ever had an accident or spilt something on it, you can definitely keep this cover clean. I would strongly recommend using a mattress protector though. I know Casper sells one on their website. There are other places to get a protector as well, but a mattress protector is very important. Sweat, dust mites, allergies, accidents, you can take that off and wash it. So now we're going to go into the layers of foam. So you pull back this cover, then you're going to have a fire sock on here. What we're going to have to do is just cut this sock, open it up a little bit, and then we can inspect the layers of foam. This is something obviously that you're not going to do. You want to keep this fire sock on there, but for looking at the Casper, what we have are 3 layers of top premium foam and then 1 layer of base foam. So your top layer, they used to actually use a latex. And I was very surprised to see that they've actually changed that latex to what essentially is just a polyfoam. It's an open cell layer of top foam. It's 1.5 inches thick. It's very responsive. It's not going to be like your memory foam where it's going to be slow moving. But I was a little bit surprised about that. I think the latex in the top would definitely be a much more premium foam. Then your second layer here, this is going to be 1.5 inches of memory foam. So memory foam is great for pressure relief. It's going to provide a little bit of a deeper comfort for that mattress, which is very important. Then your third layer is just basically your adapted transition foam. it's something that if you're a little bit of a bigger person, it's going to come in handy, because if you're sleeping on your side, that shoulder gets down in that mattress, that hip gets down in that mattress, you want it to groove to your side. Well, you want to have that pressure relief in that shoulder and that hip. So by adding this third layer, I do feel that that is important, where they're going to have a true 4.5 inches of comfort foam that's going to be in the top of this mattress. Then your bottom portion of this is just going to be your base foam. Your base foam is just going to provide for a little bit more durability. The one good thing about a Casper, unlike a few other mattresses that I've reviewed, is this will not bottom out. Bottoming out means where if I were to push on this mattress, or if I'm going to sit on this mattress, it's going to go all the way through to the bottom, and you're going to almost feel that box spring, or you will feel the box spring. I know that it's very important for me to not have that bottoming out feel, and with the Casper, I do not get that. So these are going to be your 3 top layers, your 1 base foam layer. It's a 10-inch thick mattress, so that is going to be essentially the core of your bed. Okay guys, now for a very important part. I'm actually going to be sitting on the Casper. I'm going to be trying it out and demonstrating how it feels for me and my body. And obviously, I don't care how good of a quality of a bed is, how much it costs. If it's not comfortable, it really doesn't matter. So hopefully I'm going to be able to educate you in a way where, based upon how you sleep, whether it's your side, your back, your stomach, you're going to be able to understand a little bit more about the Casper and whether or not it's going to work for you. First off, one thing I wanted to say is when we unboxed this, the off-gassing was pretty much at a 0. I didn't notice anything. I thought that's a wonderful thing, because I've definitely unboxed mattresses before where they might come from China or some other places, and boy, yeah, I mean, you can really smell that off-gassing. And sometimes you literally have to air out your room for a day or two. With the Casper, I didn't notice anything. I thought that was really great about that. The other thing is I do notice that with this woven cover, it's certainly going to be a more breathable mattress. I don't suspect that people would get overly hot in this mattress, which is very important. I know that sometimes I can be a furnace. You can just ask my wife, where it's at a summer night without any air conditioning, sometimes I can be a bit of a furnace. So having a mattress where it is going to be more breathable, very, very important. I would definitely give a high rating for the Casper on that. You can just tell that it's just going to be a more breathable material that's inside of this bed. Alright guys, now we're going to talk about the comfort of the Casper. Comfort is generally, obviously, a personal opinion. Usually what I find in my store is people generally like something more medium, not too firm, not too soft. If somebody's going to be a side sleeper, generally you're going to want to have something that's a little bit softer so your shoulder can sink down, your hip can sink in. If you're a back sleeper, you're going to want to have something that's just soft enough but still has that good added density to provide that extra lumbar support. And then of course, if you're going to be a stomach sleeper, I do recommend to go with something a little bit on the firmer end. Naturally our bodies are not meant to be laying on a mattress and just sagging into it where your lower back's going to start to bow. You're going to cause all kinds of issues, and we don't want that. So for starters, you'll notice when I'm laying on the Casper, my hips, they'll be able to sink into it. For me, really well. It's a very good feel. It provides great lumbar support for my lower back. My upper shoulders, they sink into it to a certain degree. It provides a little bit of support for my neck. Now, of course, one thing that's very important for your neck is your pillow. Pillows are huge. I always have people coming in and they maybe even be complaining about their mattress. We find them a different pillow, and that's really all they needed. So Anyway, with this Casper though, it is going to be more on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being soft, 10 being firm. It's about a 6, 6.5 on that firmness scale, which for me is kind of that perfect type of feel. The one thing that I notice is you're not going to sink in too much into that mattress. It's got a good bounce with that top layer, so you do feel like you are riding a little bit more on top of the bed, which is great for heat dissipation actually. You're not really going to get as warm at night, which is very important. For someone who is sleeping on their side, now actually my wife, who is standing behind the camera, and I'm going to actually have her come over here, she can talk a little bit more about side sleeping. Honey, just sit down on this mattress. So, the reason why I don't sleep on my side as much is I've had a shoulder surgery years ago. My right shoulder gives me issues. You know, if I could sleep on my shoulders a little bit more, I probably would, but I'm generally, I'd say 80% of the time, a back sleeper. My wife, on the other hand, she likes to sleep on her side a little bit more. And honey, what I'm going to have you do is actually sit on your side right now, lay on it like you're sleeping in bed. So you can feel how it's going to kind of contour to your body a little bit better. How does it feel for your shoulder and your hip?
For me, it feels like it's a little bit firmer than I typically would like for my shoulder, but it does feel for the most part good. My hip sinks in really nicely, and it's got a nice feel to it where it's bouncy enough, but not overly bouncy. So.
Yeah. So I mean, it's got a good feel where obviously her hip's going to be able to sink down into it. You know, it's going to provide that good support for her shoulder. I will say though, if somebody likes something that's a little bit softer, and you are a side sleeper, you may not want to go with this particular bed. It is more of that 6 to 6.5 on a firmness softness scale. So now the other thing that we're going to talk about is motion transfer. I know that's huge. I don't know if you guys can hear our little baby Lily in the background, but right now she's kind of sitting there watching us, and you know, in the middle of the night, sometimes obviously being a 4-month-old baby, she'll start crying, and my wife or I will have to wake up in the middle of the night and go feed Lily or change her diaper, you know, or just rock her back to sleep. So it's very important for us to have a mattress where you're not going to have that vibration and that motion transfer that runs throughout the mattress. So
an example right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, my wife's gonna grab Lily here. Bring her in here. Lily, what do you think? Are you a Casper fan? Are you a Casper fan? Well, okay. So first off, what we're gonna do is if you lay right back on this and you just see me bounce up and down. I mean, one thing is you know, you don't have to jump up and down on your mattress, because if somebody's waking up in the middle of the night to feed the baby, you know, take care of the kids, go to the bathroom, I mean, come on, you're not going to jump up and down. So basically, all we're doing is just rotating out of the mattress, moving around a little bit, getting up, and we're going. Now, obviously, Crystal's not able to feel me, so, you know, it's very important. I mean, a mattress that isn't going to have coils, you are going to have those top 3 layers of premium foam with that dense and durable base foam. You're just not going to get as much movement throughout this bed. Very, very, very important. I know in my store I have customers all the time where somebody has restless leg syndrome, or they have, you know, they're just a light sleeper. I'm a light sleeper actually. I'm an extremely light sleeper. And having a mattress where you're going to have that good density is very, very important to cut down on that motion transfer. Alright guys, now what we're going to talk about is edge support. Edge support is a very important thing for most people. Sometimes if people are sleeping in a full or a queen size mattress, they do tend to sleep a little bit more towards the edge of the bed. And you never want to have that rolling out of the bed type feel. There are other people where they like to get ready for work in the morning. They like to sit on the edge of their bed. Me personally, I don't. But some people like that very firm, rigid edge support. Now, with a lot of the online mattresses, you're not going to have a great edge support because, you know, you're not going to have that reinforced border wire with most of them. You're not going to have that super dense, firm foam encasement that runs around the edge. You know, I can see the positives and negatives in it. But what I'm going to do right now is just explain to you what I'm feeling with the Casper mattress and its edge support. So if I were sleeping on the edge of the mattress, you know, and I'm sleeping on my shoulder, yeah, it feels fine. Because there is going to be a big difference when somebody is sleeping on the edge and they have all their weight dispersed out compared to if I'm just sitting on the edge and I put my boots on. So for sleeping surface edge support, I actually think Casper does a good job. Now for sitting on the edge, that's a little bit of a different story. I mean, you can see my wife, she's obviously sinking down a few inches. She's not as big as I am. I'm sinking down, you know, quite a bit on that edge. So, you know, you can see over time, you know, there could be potential edge issues. But my recommendation is, you know, don't spend all day, you know, playing a video game or just getting dressed every morning, you know, on the edge of your bed. That's my best advice to you. But, you know, with the Casper, one thing is you don't bottom out on this bed. So at least I don't sit on the edge of the mattress and I literally feel like I'm just falling out of it and I'm hitting that box spring down below. You're not going to feel that. Casper does have good enough base foam where it's really going to cut that out. Crystal, I don't know if you have anything else to say about the edge support of the Casper.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly wouldn't want to sit on the edge of it too much. I think over time it would just continue to get worse and potentially not want to sleep close to the edge. Like you said, though, I mean, I wouldn't spend all day worrying about that as being the key factor to why or why not you purchase the mattress.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, when something's being pack rolled, you can't really have a firm edge support, so.
Not necessarily, not for the most part. So, you know, that's what we're seeing on edge support. You know, it's okay. It's not the best that I felt, but it's okay. Alright guys, now we're going to talk about value. Value is obviously extremely important because value is based upon what you're spending for an item and what you're going to get out of it. So based upon the certain materials, how much you pay for it, how long it's going to last, the durability in that product, that is going to be your overall value, your bang for your buck. Nobody wants to spend more money for one item when they can get a different item that is got the same materials inside of it and they can spend less or the same price. So, you know, with the Casper mattress, talking about value, you know, they have had a price increase here. So they did increase it up to $950, so that has changed my value rating of the Casper. I do know that there are a few other mattresses that I have reviewed that would actually be a better value for you. But, you know, that being said, Casper is still a comfortable, durable mattress. I do have confidence in this bed. But from a value standpoint, I would give it an okay rating, not a great rating. Alright guys, now to wrap it up, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully it was an informative video for you. Basically what we want to do is just try to be able to help you, help guide you along the way through your mattress purchasing process. We want to try to make it as easy as we can for you. Because we know that it can be a little confusing, and also, you know, definitely nowadays with these online mattresses, there are so many options We just want to try to eliminate some of the questions that you may have. So, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for letting Lily join you. Lily wasn't actually necessarily supposed to be in this video, but she woke up a little early from her nap, and when you're two parents with no babysitter, that's just kind of what happens. So from my wife and I, thanks again. If you do have any other questions or comments, you can definitely go to oursleepguide.com and check that out. And we'll see you for our next review. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.